todo.
All right. Yeah. Let me switch over real quick to a different audio. We're gonna get it cracking. We switch the mic over. Excuse me for a second. Can y'all hear me? All right, let me unmute y'all real quick. All right. Hey, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, call Haloyim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. I want to say double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well over the flock of Israel. Shalom and salutation to all you brothers out here that's pushing the words of truth and sincerity. Shalom to all the Akim, the Aqua, paying attention, scattered Israelites, everybody around. Shalom. Yeah, this video, is a podcast. This is GMS Classic Kings podcast. So, each one of these brothers here that's joining us today, Zaquanium here from all over. Let me mute you out because there's a lot of noise coming through there. Each one of these brothers here is representing the tribe of Levi. We're gonna get all into Levi. All right, who Levi is. We already did one on Judah. That was like a week or two ago. We did one on Benjamin. And so this wraps up the Southern Kingdom. This is now Levi. We're going into the tribe of Levi. We got some beautiful Zaquanium and brothers here to basically bless us with everything we need to know about Levi, as the show is called, all about the Levites. All right, so-called Haitians. And that song was that was Sweet Mickey, right? I want to make sure I got the name right. Somebody put Martin in the Michael Martelli. I don't know who that is. Yeah,
that's his government name. Sweet Mickey.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, sweet. Yeah, I don't care. That's a dope song. I like. Yeah, I like that one. He got another one though called Haiti that I think is a little flyer than that, but I know more people like that song. It say so. I wrote down. I got notes and questions. I'm gonna talk to the brothers about. And so these brothers are here to answer a lot of my own questions, but give their input as well from the comment section. Any questions y'all got for Levite brothers, now's a chance. Not every camp got Levites in it. Not every camp is stacked with Levites. Some brothers don't know anything about Levi. They never met a Levite as far as they concerned. And so this is just an introduction. You got brothers might be down in Peru right now. This is their first chance to get an interaction with Levite brothers. So now's the time, man. And this gonna sum up the all the Southern Kingdom. All right. And Abaratazar, Lord willing, eventually we're going to the Northern Kingdom. So I wanted to say a few things before I got into the questions for these brothers. Oh, first and foremost, let's everybody introduce themselves. We start from the top all the way to the bottom. Start with the top in the middle, y'all brothers.
Go ahead, boy. Oh, me? God. Hey, shalom, brothers. Hey, Abashim Al-Shai, Abashim Al-Kakadash Barakatam. My name is the brother. I'm a lawyer from Great Millstone, Miami, and I'm with the brother Shamar. Hey, we from the Great Millstone, Miami camp. Both of us are Levites. Our parents are both from Haiti, so, we're glad to be here, man. The water for inviting us to the show. And, hey, Lord willing, it's edifying to the flock.
Hey, shalom. This is the brother Yawasop from the New York camp.
Zakar from the New York camp, Levi.
Shalom, Yahbashim Yashabakatam to all you Akim. My name is Michael Allah from the GMS Boston camp.
Here we go. So we got Boston, Miami, we got New York City up in here. All right. And I wrote down quickly, because dealing with Levi, you gotta come correct, man. When we come together and share, that's one of the most beneficial ways we can interact. I wrote this down while I'm at work, by the way, and just thoughts running through my head about this series of sharing and exploring brothers' tribes, just doing it live, and I put that when we come together and share, that's one of the most beneficial ways you can interact. You can interact to say what's up with somebody and ask them what they did today, but then you could share and then you could learn something. You could take something with you. It's I put we have different experiences and different cultures, And when we share, we can compare and contrast to see how much slavery and Edom's indoctrination runs deep. You know, one thing I learned about taking a look into Levi is there's certain ways that Esau's indoctrination did not work on Levi the way it worked on Judah. And when you take a look at Benjamin, there's certain ways Esau indoctrination did not work on Benjamin the way it did on Judah. And so, you know, taking a look at some of the other tribes and how they deal with Esau, it tells you a lot about what Esau was able to get over on Judah. More importantly, in here in America, where they were able to get over on us that they wasn't able to get over on Levi and them, and Benjamin. And I put Esau would have to bring in the NWO overnight if Judah Benjamin started to turn to Levi and learn and share about the principles of independence. One thing you're gonna get when you learn about Levi is about some independence. Levi do not play around with trying to incorporate Esau's ideas into their culture. They don't care for that. You know, they big on that. It says he operates by appealing to us separately. You know, an example is you know, they'll come in close to Judah, but they got a way in which they're gonna get to Judah. Then they got a way in which they try to get to Benjamin. That's different. Then they got a way in which they try to get through the Levi. That's different. And so when we all actually together, that makes it his little ways, and it makes it hard for him to trip us up. So this is what exploring the different tribes do for us, just for thought purposes. Now, of course, this ain't no revolutionary thing. We're not bringing this out as if to say this is how we're going to take over America overnight. That's not what we're talking about. We're just talking about sharing amongst each other so we could see how Esau's been infiltrating the whole time, things that have been set up the whole time. What he doing to Haiti is what he doing to Judah. What he doing to Judah is what he doing to Benjamin. And then you got that rest of the non-tribes to deal with. So he spreads falsehood in order to keep order. I put he works through predictability. See, they could predict how a Judah gonna react. So now they do certain things to Judah. They could predict how Levi's gonna react. So now they only do certain things to Levi. But once again, the predictability stops once we get to know exactly how the tribes, how they doing. Esau is doing us individually. There's a quote by President Franklin D. Roosevelt's wife, Eleanor Roosevelt, said, if life were predictable, it would cease to be life and be without flavor. And so all of this predictability that Judah got, you know, the predictability is walking outside, sagging your pants, doing the same old crap. That means you're predictable. Now you're a target, you know. But when you start incorporating and understanding how Levi get down and Benjamin get down, now Judah can't operate the same. He like, nah, man, my brothers is over there in the land of Levi. They ain't acting like this. They ain't doing this. And so it's about incorporating. I put you know, and I'm gonna stop talking after a minute. This is almost it. I put Judah learned from Benjamin. Benjamin learned from Levi. Levi learned from Judah. Here it goes. It's 3 tribes, 3 different brothers, but one enemy. 3 cultures, but one heritage. Then you got the northern tribes, 9 tribes, 9 cultures, 1 heritage, 2 kingdoms, right? Northern and southern, 1 heritage. This is the precursor to the largest family reunion you've ever been invited to. That's what it's like. I'm picking up feedback on somebody. One of y'all brothers turned up your mic, huh? Yeah, that was in Miami. All right, so it says, this is about to be a large family reunion. That's what we are witnessing through the Spirit. This it is automatically. You know, other than that, we wouldn't have any of dealings with each other except for this truth coming back, turning back before your house. Hey, shalom to the brother in LA, Maka Allah. Yeah, that's right. So I'm gonna put Matthew 22 and 9 up there. Matthews 22 and 9 up on the comment section if y'all can, out of the 32 people that's here. All right. And so I had a lot of dealings with Levi, man, and it's all been a beautiful ones. And I say this for real, Levi is one of the hands down one of the most beautiful tribes out of all the 12 tribes. That's just me. I speak as a man. All right. First thing we're gonna ask the brothers, and they're gonna go around and we're gonna talk about is the Elder Malcolm. I heard shout out to him. I heard a video he was doing, and he said there's Levites in every tribe. Why you think he said that? First question. Why you think he said that? We can start from the top, work all the way around. He said there's Levites in every tribe. Why you think he said that?
Well, for me, I'm gonna say this. You know,
Every tribe. Why you think he said that?
now if you in the
Well, to
scripture
answer the
back in the
questions,
beginning,
I
Salaki,
will
we're gonna
say
go
in
from the top.
Salaki,
Malcolm.
Salaki,
49 it says that the Lord was scattered Simeon and Levi throughout all the tribes. And when we go into the law, you read in the suburbs, the Levites were in all the suburbs. So the Lord scattered the tribe of Levi, amongst all the tribes. So, you got brothers that may think they Judah or may think that they Reuben, or maybe think they Manasseh or Benjamin or Naphtali, and truly they're Levites. And you can actually look it up. You could go on Google and you can look up the Haitian diaspora. You got Haitians everywhere. Okay. And of course you got what in New Orleans, in Louisiana, that area, the South. A lot of them may think they Judah or one of the other tribes, but they're actually Levites. So I'll say that.
Yep. Shamar, you got something?
Yeah. Computer.
Okay.
You got it.
Yep. Y'all, what's up? Go ahead.
Yeah, Khan. I was gonna say the same thing. And the Lord says that you're supposed to have a priest, throughout all your tribes, to make your sacrifices. So that's one of the reasons why, Levi is scattered throughout all the tribes. And also the French had us in captivity. And the French controlled a big portion here in America, the Louisiana and a couple other states, that was part of the Louisiana Purchase. So when they took us in captivity, they brought a lot of us, from West Africa and from Haiti over here in America to help, work those plantations out here. And also after the Haitian Revolution, when we got our independence, Levi went and helped, a lot of the northern tribes get their independence as well in South America. So, I guess that's why, Levi scattered throughout all the tribes.
Yeah, I agree with all the brothers what they're saying, because it's scriptural that was going to happen, which is prophetic. So all Levi is throughout all the tribes. They have to be, It's like you can't have certain things without having that particular tribe with you. That's how the Lord designed it, And go on, brother, because there's something else I wanted to say, but that could be for later.
if I may add, and also too, when you read the book of Judges, right? In the book of Judges, it was a blessing to receive Levi in your home, because the Lord elected Levi, as the Bible said, they were the priests, and then through them you get the blessing. So whenever a Levi would pass by, all the trouble fight to get one in their household. And there was this one Levite that was passing by, I think it was in the Benjamin tribe. And he was begging him to come and stay with him. Correct me if I'm wrong, Akim. Yeah. He begged the Levite to stay because having a Levite in his home will be blessed. And to give you a reference as to how Levi a blessing those other tribes, like the brother Yasuab said, they help those other country out there, those other tribes out there to revolt against their oppressor. Yep. Levi will send weapons, guns throughout the southern America, so that way they can fight the oppressor.
Yep. That's right.
Right. All right. Favorite Levites. We're gonna go through it. Same order. Favorite Levites in the scriptures and why?
All right. So my favorite Levite or my favorite Levites?
You could do two if you want.
Okay. My favorite Levites, I would say Moses is number one, and number two, and I'll say this, Jeremiah, because when you read Jeremiah, the first chapter, it tells you that his father was of the priest that were at Ananoth, and Ananoth was a Levite suburb in the land of Benjamin. So I would say Moses is number one, and Jeremiah is number two.
Sorry. My favorite Levite would have to be Samuel. Just the way how he carried himself from the youth, and the Lord was dealing with him. All right, it just reminds me of how, from my youth, how our parents would hold us up to keep a standard and be close to the Lord. All right, and you seen that character in Samuel, and how zealous he was for what the Lord told him to do, man. Okay.
Yep. My favorite Levi, would have to be Moses, because the Heavenly Father dealt with him directly, and through the Spirit, that was King David in the reincarnation. The amount of power the Heavenly Father, showed through him, is why he's my favorite Levite. And my second, I would say, would have to be, Judas Maccabees. Just the way that they took down, the Greeks, back then, and how they had that zeal for their people to not stand up for the oppression that Esau was putting upon them. And I would say, well, my second and my third is really neck to neck. Ezra is another one. I like how the Lord revealed those prophecies to him, and I think through the Spirit, he might be Moses in our reincarnation, because there's a lot of things that happen with Ezra that happen with Moses as well. But that's it on that.
Praise the God.
Yeah, brothers and sisters, Levites right there. Definitely Moses number one always. Even as a child, even though the the Ten Commandments, that crap movie that we seen as kids that came in the 1950s, even that had kind of resonated with my spirit, And Moses has always been my favorite person in the scriptures, because he was the lawgiver, and so forth. And Lord showed him a lot of good things. And was good things. You have Judas Maccabees, but Benaniah, all right, he also was a Levite. He was a captain of the host of Solomon's army. So that shows these are two different aspects how people are. They could be lawgivers, they could be warriors. We're not just one thing like everybody expect us to be. And well, obviously Levi, because it's his name or his namesake. But I know you're gonna ask that question, so next one we go.
For me, I'm gonna say my favorite Levite is Mattathias and his sons. And the reason why I said Mattathias and his sons, because the nation of Israel was suffering. They were going through it, man. Hardcore persecution. They were lifeless. They were losing all hope, until the Lord put the Spirit in Mattathias and his sons to rise up against their oppressor, man. And that's why I love them, because they stood up for their law. They refused to bow down to the enemy, man. They want to die for the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai than to die and worshiping their oppressor. And remind me of Haiti, the Levite in Haiti, how they stood up against their oppressor, the French, the Edomite, Napoleon's army.
Yep.
That kind of brings me back to the Maccabees. When they stood up and they fought against the enemies and prevail and we claim all the stronghold. It's the same with the Levi in Haiti. They kick out all the enemies out of the land. The Spaniard, the British, and the French. And one you mentioned before, them generals in two sense army could have been the reincarnation from the Maccabees. You never know. So that's my favorite, man. The Mattathias and his son, especially how he slaughtered the wicked, Israelite, man, for going on the altar worshiping this false idol. I like what Mattathias did. What Mattathias did. Excuse my English is terrible, but I love what he did when he grabbed and slaughter his ass.
Yep, that's right.
I like that.
Who can I get to break down why we even say that Levi are the so-called Haitians? Can I get one of y'all brothers to basically tell us why we can contribute or attribute that lot to the so-called Haitians?
Well, the scriptures say that Simeon and Levi would be brethren, and that instruments of cruelty will be in their habitation. And now when we look at all the tribes, the only tribes that's secluded together is, on the island of Hispaniola is Simeon and Levi, the so-called Haitians and the Dominicans, which make all the sense in the world. And it says the instruments of cruelty will be in their habitation. Now, Levi, they put a lot of emphasis, a lot of energy into voodoo. Voodoo is one of the main religions out there. Every Levite know of somebody that's into the left hand, and also the so-called Dominicans, which are the tribe of Simeon, they're into that as well. They call it Brujeria over there in Santa Aria. you know, which is another version of voodoo, which is the same thing, you know, black magic. You know, so that's how we know that the tribe of Levi is the so-called Haitians.
Mm-hmm.
Let me add to this one. So what the brother said is absolutely 100% true, and he knows. We all know our people are fucking extremely zealous when it comes to things, and that particular tribe, they're hard-headed, and when they have their mind set on something, is just that's it. So that's another attribute that the Haitian has that they're considered to be Levites, because when you look in we only know the left hand side of what they have done in history, but on the right hand side, when you read the scriptures, how they got down, and just the name alone shows you the potential that our tribe is, to have how great they could be, because they are joined onto the Lord. So in this case now, the Haitians are joined onto Satan. All right. And you can see our hard body. You cannot change these people's mind to save your life. Yeah. All of us can attest to that. We have parents. They come from the old school. They hard-headed, yo. You know, and that's one attribute about Levi that sticks out the most out of all the tribes. Hard-headedness. All right. Also that zeal. All right. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. I mean,
right.
I agree with everything you brothers have said about the Levite. You know, the Lord gave him the spiritual power to heal, you know, the spiritual power to cast out demon, but they used the spiritual power to, on the left hand side, man, to summon demon and, and to use it as a weapon against their own people. And that's why Haiti is in the condition that they are right now.
Yep, that's right.
Levi is worshiping all type of idol. He's like the whole type of idol from every country around the world. All that idol is in that one melting pot in Haiti. You go to Haiti, you're gonna see Jesus Christ. You're gonna see Buddhism. You're gonna see all type of idol in Haiti right now. You know, Haiti's like a demonic place. I mean, think about it. They call it Hades. You know, there's a reason why Esau call it Hades, because look what our people are doing right now in the land of Haiti. That's why the Lord is fucking them right now. Excuse my language. That's what the Lord is messing them right now. Because even after the Lord has given a great spirit to repent, you know, it is still going back, like the brother said, they're hard-headed. They're still going back doing the same shit over and over again. And that's why that's what the Lord's allowing Esau to go out there and fuck them up. You know, if people have known the true name of the Heavenly Father and His sons, you know, and repented and turned to Him, Haiti would not be in that condition that they are now. Yeah, so.
Hey, now that you got something else? Yeah, I mean, if the brothers, whenever they want to jump in, it's all good. We don't got to, it's a spirit. The thumbnail. Do y'all see the thumbnail that I had when I had the song on?
Yeah.
You see who was up in there? All right, let me show it again. You know what? It's not gonna play. But if I show the thumbnail a different way, basically, who is this man here? Let me pull him up a different way. As a matter of fact, I just asked y'all, Toussaint. Tell me about Toussaint. Who could tell me about Toussaint and why he's significant? Whoever want to jump in there first.
Now, for me, I don't know too much about Toussaint. Too much about his background history, but I do know that he was a free slave. From what I've been told, he was a free slave, and then he later joined in on the rebellion, and he became the commander, the commander of the army. Toussaint was out 20,000 army. He was against the thing that he saw was going on to his people, even though he was free. He was just like Moses in a way. You know how Moses, when Pharaoh brought Moses in, and Moses saw while Moses was kind of living good, his people were suffering. Toussaint saw what was happening to his people. Even though he was an educated slave, but he was free, but he wasn't really going through the way the Levi was going through in a petition field. So when the rebellion started, he joined in. And him being more educated than the Levi that on the petition field, he organized a troop You know, he trained them to fight and to fight like soldiers, and then he led them to the battle. He was a great general.
Yep.
You know, from what I've been told about him, but he was a great general.
Yep.
You know,
he
was a man of stature, a man of integrity. You know, and people wonder after him, man, and they loved him for that.
Yep. Yep. He was a educated slave that, like the brother said, you know, that started the Haitian Revolution, that had a hand in it. And he was, you know, he knew French, he knew Creole, you know, he knew how to speak different languages. And, you know, after, during the revolution, the French had, you know, devised a ruse to, you know, pretty much take him out. And they invited him to France to make peace treaties. And, you know, him being, like the brother said, him being a man of honor, he wanted to see his people free. He didn't want any more war. He went over there to, you know, to negotiate. And when he went over there, Esau, being the devil that he is, took him and just locked him in a dungeon and starved him to death, you know? So he didn't see the daylight to, you know, till he died, you know, for years, he was just locked up, you know? But, you know, the name Toussaint Louverture, the name Toussaint in French means all saint. And Louverture means the opening. So his name really means the opening of all saints, because he's the one that set off, you know, the revolution, the rest of the tribe, you know? The spiritual that his name is Toussaint, you know, all saint.
And if I may add real quick, Akim, you know, his general, according to history, you know, his general warned him not to go down there.
Yep.
You know, especially his right hand man Dessalines.
Dessalines,
you know, they warn him that you going down there is a trap. You know, but Toussaint think that Esau can recognize his accomplishment. He can recognize his independence. And that was the biggest mistake the Toussaint made, was the fact that he trusts the devil. When the scripture said in Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and 10, never trust thy enemies. You know, and Toussant's biggest downfall is him trusting his enemies. And that's why, you know, in the predicament that at the hand of Napoleon's men. You know, Dessalines was like, he was the one that really, he was the one that stayed focused. He was the one that did not trust his devil at all. But Toussaint have too much trust on Esau. Just want to throw that in there.
In the water. We're gonna switch it up to ask about the Levite household, or, you know, a so-called, you know, Haitian household. When I show up to a Levite's house, what can I expect? Start from Miami at the top. When I show up at a Levite house, what do I expect?
All right. So what to expect at a Levite household? Strict parents. Your parents strict. Okay. You know, they push discipline. You know what I'm saying? They push they're generally like religious, so-called religious, go to church. Like there's a how would I say, there's like a proverb that said l'église laquelle l'école, which basically means that you got three things that you got to do. You got to go to church, go home, you got to go to school, and you got to go home. Okay. Generally Levites are very like cleanly, like their houses smell very clean. The women, at least at one point in time, were like real traditional. The fathers are very strict and austere. They don't really talk like that. They're really big on cooking, you know, like cooking big family meals. They generally tend to stay to themselves. Like Levites usually click with other Levites. So like you generally going to know like your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, your grandma, your grandpa. And so I would say those are some things that you would, you know, generally find in like a Levite household. Like you're going to wake up to your mother, you know, your parents, your aunties and uncles. You're going to wake up to them like praying for hours at a time, like early in the morning, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, they praying, okay, loud. So that's what you can expect that.
You can also expect a Bible in a Levite household. You're gonna if you go to one that's in the world, man, you're gonna either find your statue, candle, or big ass painting of Cesare Borgia plastered on their wall. All right. because they're so fixated. But that just shows how they have a zeal, but it's really not according to knowledge, man, because they understand and know that they are to worship the Lord and Savior, but they just don't have the right way about it.
Con.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, you go to a Levite household, and you know, growing up, they're very big on education. They're very strict on that. You know, education and religion. And I remember growing up, you know, my mother, she used to take me to like mad different churches in one day. You know, we'll go to this church, pray at this church, go jump to that church, and that church. So that's something, you know, as very big in Levi is, you know, religion. That's why, you know, the name itself, you know, lawyer, the elder mentioned it, means join unto me. Levi got that natural connection, deep connection to the Heavenly Father. And one thing I realized too, growing up, Levi would always say, always talk about the Most High in their conversations. Like, you know, the word God willing is like, you know, in Haiti, they said, si Dieu veut, which is God willing. Bon Dieu, si Dieu veut, if God will, they always say that. So, you know, Levi is a very spiritual tribe. And like the brother said, you go to their household, they're very into idolatry. They got a lot of statues. You know, I had you know, my grandmother, you went to her house, statues every goddamn where, you know, statues of Jesus, statues of Mary. And, you know, they're also hypocrites because you'll go to their house and you'll see those statues of so-called Jesus and Mary and stuff like that and angels. But then behind closed doors, they're doing black magic. You know, they're in the left hand, you know. That's what my grandmother, she was doing that, man. You know, she had all them statues going to church every day, but behind closed doors, she was into that, you know. So, you know, I say, you know, expect, you know, idolatry, you know, like the brother said, Cesar Borgia, the statues, you know, discipline, you know, they beat their children. They're heavy on that. And, you know, that goes back to the scriptures. And, you know, great hospitality as well. You know, you go to a Levi house, you know, you're most likely to have a home cooked meal for you. You know, they don't do all that ordering food type shit. You know, they like to home cook their meals. And like the brother said, you know, the women, you know, they're a little bit more modest than a Judite woman. You know, even though now, you know, they're more tainted because, you know, the westernization has gotten through to them, but they're a little bit more modest than the Judite women. No.
Just to land back what the brother just said. When you go to the house, expect a big meal. Real, not stingy at all with food.
Yeah.
You know, you will eat when you come to a Levi's house. You will eat good. You might have some food afterwards to take home with you. All right. They're very, when it comes to that, inviting people to the house, they just don't invite anybody. They'll invite you. They'll take care of you. Very home oriented. So even if a stranger that's not even a Levite, if you are a friend of somebody, or you a friend of one of them, you are in the house. You in the family. Like they'll take you in, no problem. You know, until they get to know you. But education, yes, that is the number one thing, yo. The number one thing, education. That's something that they drive heavy-handed with the whippings. All right, very disciplined, church oriented, like the brothers are saying. You know, everybody comes from a different sector in the world. Brothers from Miami, this brother lives in this brother lives in New York, but he came to New York. I was born and raised in New York, so same thing. This brother's gonna probably say the same thing. All this, like Levi, wherever they go, that's how they operate. They operate in a family orientated situation. That's the old way. The new one, I don't know. Because that's a difference. Me and you talked about it before. There's a big difference between that old generation we speak of and the new generation right now. All right, a lot of things change. So
we're gonna get into that too. I got a question just for that.
Yeah, but those are the root, the values of how they carry themselves. You know, even my family, my mother's side, 7 days, 6 in the morning, maybe 9, maybe I was a kid, so to like all day in the church, all day. And that side of the family, they came from a small town, but when they came to the States, to New York, everybody in that church was family. That's your cousin, that's your cousin, that's your cousin. That's how they operate, you know? So they really stick together. You know, they do. And like the brother was saying, they always praying, they always in that spirit of, just praying to the Heavenly Father for something, even though they did any wickedness. You got it, bro.
Maka'ala. What
And
can I expect from a Levite house?
I apply this. Everything the bar just mentioned is all you can expect. Everything the bar just mentioned, you all could expect. And like the brother Zakar said, how they stick together. When you feel out, back in the early 90s, me growing up, if you have your son or daughter going somewhere out on the street doing something, that they're not supposed to do, other Levites who saw that, they'll call so and so and so and say, hey, I see your kids down there in the street. You better come and get them. That's the family we talk about. Like I said, like the name Levi, John to me, that's how it is, man. They watch each other's back, in the old way. They got each other's back, man. And that's the one thing I love about the Levite. They stick together. Yeah. They stick together. But like the brother said, the new ways completely different compared to the old way.
So what not to do in the Levite house? If I go in there, I'm a Judite, I don't know nothing about Levite custom. What not to do? What's something automatically that if I start messing around with this, I get my ass kicked out of there? Excuse my
First
friend.
of all, I'm gonna tell the first thing you must do. All
right, let's go. Let's start from the bottom all the way to the top this time.
Okay. The first thing is your appearance, your dress appearance. You have to dress yourself in a certain way. You dress nice. Not with your pants hanging down your butt. Your shirt gotta be tucked in. You have to dress like a gentleman. Your head have to comb good. No comb roll. Levite. Them old Levite don't like them comb rolls. Nice haircut, trim beard. Looking sharp and neat. They want you to approach them in a nice, presentable way. That's how the old Levite are. I'm sure a lot of people can attest to that, man. If they see you come out the way how you see young Jakes or now on the street, they're not even open the door for you. They're gonna call you the devil and they're gonna throw you out.
And the brother said Levi's crazy about braids. This is the first time I heard that, brother. That's true.
Oh yeah.
You get a boom if you come with braids, but you can't listen, bro. You can't bring anybody to your household. That's rule number one. Everything the mother is at 100%. All right, so you gotta do some heavy screening, and then you might not even get to the door because they will scope you up from jump head to toe, bro. You got, like you said, you gotta look clean. You can't look like a bum. All right, you have your background check. You get a background check, bro. Yeah. You gotta have something. Yeah. Are you in school? What?
Oh yeah.
No. You working? What? Don't come. You can't come in. So there's a heavy bro. This is a great question, but this is hilarious because that's how they do. You have to have some type of a great resume for them to say this to come in, and then the 1,001 questions, bro. Okay, because you got to represent yourself correctly. So when it comes down to it, they have a great screening process prior to. You just can't come to anybody's house, bro. That's a fact.
Yep.
Yo, what not to do when I go to a Levite house? Y'all was up.
Shit, man. I was gonna say same thing, man. You gotta look presentable. And also hygiene is a very big thing. Hygiene, they'll tell you take off your shoes. You gotta wash your hands before you eat. And one thing about Levi too, man, is them couches. They always got them plastic over the couches, man. You can't sit on them couches, man. You get in trouble. Don't touch their couches and don't touch their statues, man. My grandma, she used to be heavy into that, man. Like, because she had like I said, she was using the left hand too. So, the statues, even though there was Mary and Jesus statues, it had something to do with the spirit she was dealing with as well. So she didn't like people touching her stuff. You can't just go up in there and start checking things out. You know what I'm saying? Like, Levi don't like that.
What's that mean, Zebulon warrior? Levite are also polyglot. Y'all know what that mean? Polyglot?
Polyglot?
Yeah, what that mean?
Polyglot.
Oh.
Poly.
Oh, parlay. Oh, let me see. I gotta read it.
He said polyglot. Maybe that means talk a lot.
Polyglot I believe is that
I don't know.
bilingual?
Or I don't know.
He'll put it in there.
Yeah, look it up.
It might be, he might be saying that they're polygamous.
That's what I was thinking too. Maybe like a
No,
I was thinking like
okay, they speak Levites tend to speak several languages. Like the older generation, they'll tend to speak Spanish, French, Creole, and then eventually they'll learn English. Some of them even speak Portuguese.
Yeah,
they like the brother said, Zebulonite warrior. You know, that's true. Yep, that's true.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. Come on.
Hey, bro, we didn't graduate college, brother. We over here stumbling on that one. Hey, my well, I didn't. I ain't gonna speak for these bro. These Levites, so they probably graduated. Brothers Lawa, Laya, and Shamar. What not to do in a Levite house?
Well, shit, I'll say first and foremost, when you walk into that house, you better walk in with respect, man. All right, you don't walk in acting like you run the house. That's not your house. All right, they have the Haitian parents have a set rule. Even if you're a foreigner, you must abide by those rules, man.
Yep.
All right, expect to be interviewed. You come in there, they're gonna ask you where your father from, where your mother from, what they do. Yeah. All right, they're gonna ask you if you in school, what your grades looking like.
Yeah.
All right, don't come in there with dreads.
Yeah,
okay? If you have dreads, you're a vagabond, which means you're a vagabond.
He's a drug dealer. He's a thug.
All right. and yeah, you got it.
Right. Okay. So one thing not to do in a Levite household, first of all, pas de respecter gamun. Okay. The elderly, people older than you, you supposed to respect them. Okay. You gotta salute them. You know what I'm saying? If it's a man, you gotta shake his hand. You gotta give him a firm handshake, look him in the eye. If it's a woman, you gotta embrace her. You gotta kiss her on the cheek. How you doing, mom? Even if that's not your mom, you gotta call her mom.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Ain't no pants sagging, no vietatu, tattoos. Forget about that. Okay.
Yeah, no, even piercing suit, earrings too. They don't like
piercings, none of that.
Piercings, none of that. You're not going in there with braids. You're not going there with dreads. Okay, nah. You ain't fun to come in the house acting like you're from off the street. Okay, you gonna come in there smelling good, dressed correct. You know that's just how they are, man. And they want to know, like you said, they want to know who your family is. You know, are you in school? Ou à l'église?
Yes.
Prier? Ou prier aujourd'hui? All that. Yeah. Pray today.
And what is with Levi calling everybody a vagabond and a boom? What is
okay, so I'll answer that question. So basically, a vagabond, right, is a vagabond, and it's used as a term for somebody who's constantly out there in the street. You know what I'm saying? They live a very listless and like reckless life. So it's like they act like they don't have no home training, no home cultivation, no grooming. So what are you? You a vagabond then? You know what I'm saying? If you act like you ain't got no respect, you know what I'm saying? You always out there in the street late at night, partying, drunken. You know what I'm saying? You don't got no discipline. You a vagabond. That's what it is. Okay. So that's why they saying that on the comment board. Hey, it goes to show you because the spirit beareth witness with our spirit. Hey, the scriptures talk about vagabonds. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be gadding abroad all the time, you know. So hey, the scriptures talk about that.
And what before you switch the question, I throw one more thing in there that you forgot to add. The earrings on your ears. You know? Levi. When they see a man or woman with earring in their ears, they think that they're gay. They're homosexual. You know? They'll call you master straight to your face, and they'll say that only women wear these things. I mean, from my household, you know, from the Levi I have hang around with, I grew up with, they hate to see grown men wear earrings in their ears. I remember the first time I walked in that church with 2 earrings on his ears. Oh, he got lashed on by all the Levi. You know.
You know what?
So they're big
a brother added here. I'm glad you said it. The brother added here, Levi don't mess. Zebulon 144. Levi don't mess with that Bati man stuff. They disown them. Is that true?
Oh, it is true.
That's true. Hey, man, I remember I remember when I first saw Asadi when I was in Haiti, man. It was like going to the fucking circus, man. Like, what the fuck? I'm talking about the whole, like, everybody was looking at him. The whole block, wherever he walked, everybody was looking at him like something is wrong with him, you know? But, you know, now America's wine has been sipping through over there, and now it's becoming more and more prevalent, you know? But before, they was very it still looked down upon, don't get me wrong, but, you know, people are starting to not...
Become liberal.
What'd you say?
Become liberal.
Yeah, they're starting to become liberal, you know? But that's very looked down upon, man. Like, you can't be no goddamn Saudi growing up out there, man. You get bullied, and, you know, and Haiti ain't like over here, man. You get fucked up out there. Like, niggas will kill, you know what I'm saying? Niggas will kill you out there for that shit.
You know what? Because we spoke about what not to do. What kind of dishes we gonna get into if I go over? You said they cook a lot. What kind of dishes they cooking over there in Levite house? Because I know fried chicken and you know over in Judah it's fried chicken. We having soul food. You know, we having sweet yams and all of that. What they having over there at the Levite house?
That could go.
Go for it.
No, let them go. All right.
Because you the hungriest, so go ahead.
Rice and beans, right, brothers?
Yep, that's right.
Yep.
You might get some goat. You definitely get some chicken, pickles, which is like a hot dish. How they make it is like
it's like spicy slaw.
Yeah.
You're gonna definitely get some sweet plantain. That's my favorite. All right, you're definitely gonna get that. But you're definitely gonna eat a lot. Potato salad. You're definitely gonna get that. Damn, now you got me hungry, bro.
Yeah, I told you. I know you, brother.
Like I come from an older generation, so my grandparents, man, my grandmother, she used to bake. They don't do that no more like they used to. She used to make her own patties. All right. She make her own bread, and when she cooked, like, you know, like how you said soul food, bro. That's how you see the whole table, like, and food is ready. You get down, bro. You get down, but you definitely will eat when you come to a Levite time. You definitely will eat when you, like I stated earlier, you will leave with a doggy bag. They will not let you. They're heavy-handed when it comes to food. Heavy.
Yep.
Right? Heavy, bro. You will eat like you never ate in your entire life. And how can I forget, brothers? It's competition. The women would outdo themselves just to make sure and then they will ask you how was the food. They will ask you. It's because it's straight competition, and the greatest thing about that generation is, especially if they will ask you how was the food. Are you satisfied? And once you say, "Oh, the food was great," and they happy, like you just gave them $1 million. But it's like an old traditional way of doing things. That's how they are, and that's what makes them, you know, in a way, they have special qualities about them. You know?
Thanks.
But y'all can do, bro, because they got me hungry now. Thanks a lot.
Right.
But yeah, the brother, he pretty much summed it all up. You know, rice is it's very major in the Haitian culture, man. And I don't care what all you brothers say, man. Levi got the best rice out there, man. No, man, Levi got the best rice out there, man.
I agree.
Well, the brother mentioned that. I was gonna say that Joineduntome, which is black mushroom rice. The black rice, that's top notch right there. That the way they make it, the taste, you know, that's a top quality rice. You know that, and chicken. You know, of course, they're into abominations too. They love pork. They love what's the other conch? They call it lumbi. They love conch.
Lumbi, yep.
What else? Yeah, turkey. They have your own turkey as well. A corn. You know. What else? Soup. You know, pumpkin soup, soup jumu. You know. What else? Those are the only ones I could think of, right? Oh yeah, the brother said it. Sweet plantain. Yeah. So yeah, that's like the main dishes. You know, in Haiti.
I forgot one more thing too. He got one.
the mac and cheese.
Oh yeah.
You know, the mac and cheese, man. you know how it is. You know, in every special big holiday meal, you got to that mac and cheese in there, and the Levi made the best mac and cheese.
Hey, you know what? Out of all of them on the comment board, this one sound the best right here. That eggplant stew with okra.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Carl, you never made that for me when I was over your crib. Yeah, man. All right. So the next question, right? On a scale of 1 to 10.
They got something to say too, bro.
Huh?
They know.
What,
Miami.
Yeah, what about them?
Nah.
They didn't answer the question.
Oh, y'all didn't get into the grub because they over there hungry. Go ahead, brothers. They was
bro.
cheesing.
So look, man, that Haitian food. Oh my goodness, bro. Haitian food, man. I'll say it myself, bro. Haitian food gotta be some of the best food on earth. Okay, that shit smacking. Okay, all right. You like it's made with love. When it's made well, like you feel comforted, you feel welcomed, you feel invited. You know what I'm saying? Some Haitian dishes, of course. Haitians love the rice, you know, white rice. You also got Dijon, which is basically mushroom rice or black rice. You also have tasoka buik, you know what I'm saying? You know, fried goat. You got bouillon. You know, you got espagueti, which is basically Haitian spaghetti with like sausages and like eggs, peppers, onions, and avocado. What else you got? You got sauce pois. You got legume, you know, stewed vegetables. You got the brother was talking about the macaroni, you know, macaroni au gratin, you know, baked macaroni. I mean, it's a lot, you know, banan peze, you know what I'm saying? You got what? You got cordon en sauce, you know what I'm saying? You got which is basically a stewed turkey. Okay. I mean, it's a lot of dishes. Mai moulin, which is cornmeal, you know, with sauce pois. What you got the pickles? The brothers talking about the pickles was basically what you would call it like
spicy coleslaw.
Yeah, it's like spicy coleslaw, but it's like a garnish. It's more like how would I say, like spicy pickled vegetables.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's basically what it is, and like you'll use it to garnish meat or rice or you know vegetables and stuff like that. You got potato salad, you got beet salad, you got and then as far as like the drinks, you know, you got passion fruit juice and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, it's a whole lot.
Hey, you see how this brother just went in? Every time we go to a Haitian restaurant, bro, this man sits here and has a conversation with the waitress, and by the end of the conversation, the waitress always tells us, "Man, you need you a Levite woman, man. The way you talk about the food, that's how much he goes in on it, man. You know."
Yep.
Whew. I know everybody wish we could take a break right now to go grab some food, but we're gonna keep it going. Yeah, that was brothers. Everybody saying, yeah, Hawaii, I heard you, man. Brother said, y'all brothers got to cook something for us. Yeah. It's a lot for putting y'all through that, but we got to know, you know, with Jake, we are cultural people, man. We are cultural, and if we don't understand the culture, we gonna understand it once you taste that food. On a scale of, yo, go ahead.
The sweets. The brothers forgot about the sweets. When it comes to like dainty stuff, Levi loves that shit. You got the there's a cashew that's with the caramel.
Go ahead.
They got that. You got the all types of sweets. Any sweet that you can think of, we call it pepatat, which is how would you call it? Potato, not potato. It's like pudding, like bread pudding, and that's another dish. Like a lot of sweets. And when you look up the history of how Haitians, well, the French is also into dishes like that too. They always into dainty, like the brother put the breads and everything like that. They bake their own bread. The breads are not that sweet, but like the dainty stuff. That's another thing about Levi. They love dainty stuff. You know.
Facts. Starving right now.
Yes,
Next question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do Levi like to party and what kind of party? What does it consist of? Levite parties? Because that's another way we just know Jake off the rip. How they get down? Do Levite party?
Well, if I may,
Can you ask the question one more time?
Yeah, how much do on a scale of 1 to 10? How much do Levi love to party? And we can start at the bottom with Makaala.
Now, for me, I've gone to church all my life, you know. So for me, the party will always be in the churches. That's how the Levi will throw their party, you know. A birthday party, you know, anniversary party, they will usually do that in them churches. You know, they'll invite everyone in, they'll surprise everybody with gifts. And Levi are big and giving that gift, you know. That's a gift when it comes to parties. You know, that's to celebrate birthday party, anniversary, you know, and sometimes they just do a little special party here and there in the churches, in a special occasion, you know, put some music in, you know, dancing, you know, for the Lord and things like that. Me was with a Christian all my life. That's the level of party that I will go to, you know. I don't know for the rest of you brother, but that's how the Levi in my house, that's how they party. You
But
know.
like the brother just said, like I come from best of both worlds. Well, not best, but the church, and then you had the other side that was mostly in the street. So a scale to 1 to 10, I'll say like a 7. You know, they don't like to really. They kind of exclusive sometimes, but there's a lot of in-house partying going on, or house parties. Nothing to that effect. You know, that's a newer generation type thing. The older generation is like within the within the family, so to speak. But Jake, they Jake. They like to party regardless. All Jake, bro. All of them partying out their ass, bro. They'll find a reason to party. Oh, music, forget about it. All of them. Music is a plus, bro. Very lively, bro. Lively. Go ahead, bro.
Con. Yeah, I'll say about the same. I'll say, about a 7 or 8, when it comes to that. And they're into compas are very, it's very prevalent out there. So, that compa dance, they got to dance for that type of music as well. So, once that come on, Levi could just dance their asses off all goddamn night. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like that Benjamin stuff. Benjamin, they go crazy with them parts. We ain't as crazy as Benjamin or Judah, but, we get busy on the dance floor too, man. So I'll say about a 7 or 8.
Benjamin is definitely a 10 on the party scale. So,
I would say from a scale of 1 to 10, how much Levi likes to party, I would say probably like a 6 or 7. And like the brother Zakar was saying, like they're like, it's more like the older generation. It was more like in-house party, like people that family, friends of family, real traditional. The newer generation, they party more like they'll have like bal, like which basically like a ball. You know what I'm saying? They'll go to the club and have like more of an open type of party venue type of stuff. But the older generation, it was like your family, like your immediate aunts and uncles and cousins and people from the neighborhood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like the brother was going into compa, which is basically like for the most part, it's more like a Haitian type of love jazz type of music. It's like real like romantic and like sentimental, kind of like a slow kind of like sensual waltz type of dance.
Sometimes it get wild.
And sometimes it do get wild. You know what I'm saying? Haitians do get live. They get live as fuck, but not on the level of Benjamin and Judah or like Ephraim or like Issachar. Not on that level. You know what I'm saying?
I would say about them partying, the rating is about the same across the board. What it seems like about a 7. Even the newer ages that go out to balls and things of that nature, it's still exclusive.
Yeah,
they like to party with each other. You're not gonna really find a true Levite or a real Haitian going to a strip club like that. They're gonna go to a bar where other Haitians are meeting up that they done clicked up from at work or from church, and they party together.
I could see how that the partying kind of contradicts the whole vagabond thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you can't have it both ways, where you could be respectable and honorable and still be some party animal. So that make a lot of sense. It seemed like Levi has they're serious when it comes to respect more than anything, when it comes to being honorable. The next question that I got is based on this scripture here. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. In what ways have brothers experienced that Babylon is influencing Haiti? It's influencing the culture. I want to start with that one.
You say you gonna start with
who? Yeah, go ahead, Miami.
I was gonna say one way I've personally seen Babylon influence Haiti. The last time I really been to Haiti was when I was 8, but you know, time to time I'm always hearing my mother and my father talk about what's going on over there, and here and there I see certain things. But one thing that I've really seen that influenced Haiti is that gang culture and that thug life, man. All right, a lot of Haitians in Haiti want to be gangsters, man. They want to tote guns. They want to move like how Tupac used to move, and gangster music. You know, Rick Ross. They want to be Bloods. They want to be Crips. All right, and it's created a real violent environment over there that was already violent to begin with, but now it's getting more brutal. I remember I was watching a video not too long ago out in Haiti, man. At this current moment, there's about like over 60 some odd crews and gangs that's overrunning Port-au-Prince, man, the capital. Mm-hmm. All right, and it's lawlessness, man. All right, kidnappings. Them niggas is doing kidnappings, all type of murders, just trying to be, you know, try to portray that image of I'm a gangster, I'm a thug, man. You know.
Mm-hmm. Khan. Well, I've never necessarily been to Haiti, so I wouldn't really know on how Babylon's influence is over there as far as culturally. But you know, from what I do understand, what Esau likes to do with Haiti is like he'll infiltrate the government and he'll set up a leader that is more so towards Babylon's agenda. All right, and so all the funding or all the loans that Haiti might get, that the leaders might say they're getting to rebuild the country, they'll funnel that to something completely different. And the people who live on the island nation, they'll become frustrated, and they'll revolt and rise up against the tyranny of the government that's in place, that's being influenced by Babylon. So you have like a lot of chaos in that type of way. It's more like an oppressive, tyrannical influence that Babylon tries to make sure is constantly in Haiti. So that's what I would say concerning that.
Maka Allah, let me get your response next. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that make the earth drunken, all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. As Jeremiah 51:7. How have Babylon been a golden cup in Haiti's hands?
Well, like the brother said, it was more have to do with gangsters, because more of the young generation or taking the ideas of want to be a thug, want to be a gangster, like the brother said. That's what really is all about. You got the men want to be gangsters, they want to be rappers, they want to show off, go out there and shoot, want to prove something, But other than that, the Levite here in Western culture, they have complete drink of that cup, because in Haiti right now is the bulk of majority of Levite who want Esau all their land. I'm not gonna say Babylon haven't really affected Haiti 100%. I mean, Babylon is trying, but they haven't really affected the Haitian down there 100%. Because you got a lot of Levi in Haiti who want not to do with Esau. So they don't even show you in the CNN or the media, where they interview people in Haiti, telling them that they don't want them here no more. They want them gone. But Esau, being the devil that he is, he's gonna stay where he's at. But as far as Levi here in America, Babylon has completely influenced them. They completely changed. They're not the same people that you thought you knew. Like for me, there are some people that I used to know in high school, who I know, and I know their character, how the way they are. but as time passed and as they began to spend more and more time in Haiti, they completely changed. You know, they completely changed. But other than that, man, the most influenced thing that's happening in Haiti right now, the Babylon influence in Haiti right now, is gang violence. You know, because you see a lot of Levite, young generation Levite men onto that gang rapper violence shit. That's why I say that's happening most. You know, beside the, of course, you got the holidays. Of course, Babylon influenced Haiti with the holidays and all that wicked shit that goes on the pagan holidays. So yeah, you got that too. You know, Esau influenced on Haiti on in those pagan holidays. You know, but other than that, I don't know anything else.
You know, that's gonna be across the board answer, right? So everything the brothers have been saying about the gangsters and all that, that is actual fact, because we spoke about all that great attributes of home and how Levi is strict, like they real strict with their home. But now, like the brother said, the influence has destroyed the West, everybody that was born in this area in America. That the whole philosophy, you know, back in the days, like brothers were saying, come to somebody's home, see an older woman, you kiss her in the cheek, you know, this, that, to the third. Now it's the disrespect is on a whole nother level because they took in the philosophy of how everybody else does it out here, you know, and it's to be a gangster back in the days. It wasn't a popular thing, you know, but now it has become a thing of that's what you got to be. Like the brother had put the Zoe Pounds in Miami. You had niggas in New York that was fucking. They was doing their thing, you know. And it was a popular thing to talk about being a gangster. But now it's just like everybody just want to be a fucking wannabe thug because this is the influence that they push upon the people over here. I was born here, so I can't tell you what was going on down there. When at the times I did go visit, yes, there was kidnappings, but not to that level. And now it's even gotten worse. They'll just kidnap people just to kidnap them. And you understand their plight because what they're going through down there as a people. And they will do certain things in order to get themselves out of there. So it's like now is no longer a time where they work hard anymore and they just want to take it the easy way out because the influence of America, of the gangsters and the mobsters and all that shit has completely messed up everybody's mind. Now, same thing the brother was saying, even when you watch Benjamin, the same thing. Everybody got the same thing, bro. Everybody wants to be a gangster. You always had a clique back in the days to protect themselves, but they was doing illegal shit. You know why? Because this is the way to go here in America. So they do the same thing down there. All right, it's all the same, man. All right, you got it.
So
I would say the same thing, you know, that gang violence and also, you know, you have, you know, this whole feminist agenda, you know, seeping through over there. You know, the women, the way they act now, you know, they start to become more and more westernized. You know, that, you know, black culture is, you know, it's leaking out there. You know what I'm saying? Jake is, you know, influenced heavily by Judah over here because the scriptures does tell you how, you know, Judah will be the praise of their brethren. You know, growing up in Haiti, I used to look up to Judah as well. You know, want to be like Judah, want to dress like Judah, want to act like Judah. So that also comes with that, you know, gang violence, like the brother said, the music. You're starting to see Levi doing drill music now. Niggas not even from New York with drill beats, you know, rapping in Creole over drill beats, man. You know, and also that that rainbow agenda, man. You know, like I said, you know, it was very looked down upon. It's still looked down upon, but it's becoming the people since people are becoming more liberal. It's becoming a little bit more acceptable for, you know, people to do that. You know,
brothers want to share from Miami?
yeah, they already did. They started first.
Okay. Oh yeah. All right. The next, actually, I wanted to play this clip now. Now we're gonna watch a little something. Y'all brothers, tell me what y'all think. Somebody referenced this earlier.
Raymond the Serpent.
Haiti is on the verge
Can you hear
of
that?
the abyss. Now, that's the language the United Nations is now using as heavily armed gangs expand their control of the country. Haitian human rights groups say armed groups control at least 60% of the capital, Port-au-Prince, and the surrounding areas. They're also warning rape is increasingly being used as a weapon. Well, in the first 6 months of this year, the UN has documented this: 934 killings in the capital, 680 kidnappings. Most of the victims were not directly involved in gangs. They were directly targeted by armed groups. The violence has escalated since the assassination of the country's sitting president, Jovenel Moïse. That was in July of 2021. And that's a crime for which no one has yet been put on trial in Haiti. Our senior international correspondent, Orla Guerin, sent this special report from the Haitian capital. I should warn you, her report contains some distressing material.
This is gang territory in Port-au-Prince, almost as far as the eye can see. But it seems the world isn't looking. And the Haitian capital has become a gangster's paradise. It's morning in a middle-class suburb. Minutes after a shootout, a show of force by the police. But usually it's the gangs who call the shots. There are over 100 armed groups in the city, instilling fear and silence. Well, police are still searching the scene here. There's an AK-47 on the ground and some ammunition. There are also drops of blood. Now, this is an armored car. Police say they were tracking it for about 2 weeks. They say it was being used by a kidnap gang. It's about 8 in the morning here, and morning and evening rush hours are peak time for the kidnappers.
There was a battle with police officers and the bad guys. One of them died, and we got the vehicle, and this is one of the weapons the bad guys had in their hands.
Do they have many armored vehicles, the kidnappers?
I don't know. There are plenty. I'm sure there are plenty.
Nearby, the body of an alleged gang member. The police told us we stopped them today. Across town, Francois St. Clair has just been patched up at a trauma hospital run by Doctors Without Borders. He saw gunmen holding up 2 cars in front of his. When he tried to get away, he got a bullet in the arm. Have you ever thought that the violence is so bad here that you would like to leave Haiti?
Oh, 10,000 fois.
10,000 times, he tells me. I can't even call my mum to tell her what happened to me because she's getting older.
Enfin, c'est mieux.
In the end, the way things are, it's better to leave if you can.
C'est bien.
Claudette is another recent victim of the gangs. She was hit by a stray bullet and lost her leg. I don't know how I'll manage, she says. I can't run and walk the way I used to. She worries she will never marry now. Gang warfare often erupts here in broad daylight. Why not? Gunmen are in league with corrupt politicians and have some police on the payroll. That's according to human rights campaigners who say the gangs of Port-au-Prince have no limits. There are many here with stories that are harrowing to tell and to hear, like this man. His neighborhood is controlled by a gang whose rivals came on a killing spree. For his safety, we are not naming the area or the armed group involved.
I was in the house and I was so scared, I was shaking. I didn't know what to do. They mostly kill young men. My wife took me and hid me under the bed and covered me with piles of clothes. And my nephew was hiding in the wardrobe.
Soon the gunmen were in his house. When his nephew ran from his hiding place, they chased him and killed him.
What hurts me the most is that when I was under the bed, I couldn't see, but I could hear the men raping my wife. They were raping her, and I was under the bed, and I could say nothing.
There are things you would never wish on anyone, he says. His wife is now pregnant, and they don't know if he is the father. He tells us Haiti has been erased from their hearts. Some police here are risking their lives, trying to make the streets safe. But others have actually formed their own gang. And Haiti's weak and tainted government is accused of looking the other way as the crisis deepens. Orla Guerin, BBC News.
Right. Any thoughts on that?
Salakia, that was the video I was talking about. I stand corrected. It was 68% of the region was being occupied by gangs. But it just goes to show, man, you know, that Haiti has really been infiltrated, man. Infiltrated by evil spirits, infiltrated by Esau, because the way that Haiti is so poor, man. How they getting these high power rifles, man? Somebody has to be coming through the back channels and the back doors and dumping these guns off, man. Just like brothers are privy on Chicago, man. They used to be shipments and trains of big ass loadouts being dropped into certain hoods, man. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all I had to say.
All right. Now, as reported by one of my boys in the world who I, just recently got back in contact with, I was telling y'all brothers ahead of time, he a so-called Haitian living in down south in Florida. He let me know that 40,000 Haitians got deported from DR in the last 3 months. So there's a big trying to flee that into that land, and then they're getting deported. They're checking everybody. You got to prove your status, and you have to update your passport continually if you were a Levite living in DR, because of those tensions are so high. The question is, with such a rich culture, why is Haiti so poor? What's some of the lesser known things that Esau has done to destroy Levi? And you can answer that one at a time, individually or as a whole.
Well,
go for it.
Well, the main reason why Haiti's poor right now is because, when we took our independence, Esau put a debt on us. I believe it was 150 million francs, which when you do the conversion, it equates to billions and billions of dollars. I forgot how much it is, but it's billions and billions of dollars that we had to pay, over all these years. The brother put it. France put a heavy debt on Haiti in 1849. And we recently just finished paying it off under the last, 2 or 3 presidents. So it hasn't been that long since we finished paying it. And, Haiti is already poor. So we're already poor and indebted, with the debt with France, and also with the debt, from loans that Haiti gets from the IMF. So that's a lot of debt that Haiti is in. And also all the natural resources that Haiti has, is being stolen by those major corporations, the Clintons, their friends, that own corporations. They go down there and steal all the gold, all the oil, all the natural mineral and resources. They steal all of it, and they don't give Haiti any of the profits. So that's that's the main reason why Haiti is in the condition that it's in right now, because Esau willingly sabotaged the country. Not only that, they set up different politicians, that they corrupt, by giving them money, by bribing them to pass different laws and legislations that will benefit them. For example, the current prime minister, couple months ago, he raised the price of gas from 150 good, which is the currency over there, to 300. So he doubled it overnight. So why did he do that? If your people's already suffering, why would you up the price of the fuel? You know, because he was told by his handlers to do that so that they could make more money. You know,
they're gonna be forever in debt, bro. That's the sad thing about this whole matter. No matter how you look at it, like that's a country that, hey, it's cursed. They ain't gonna, and let's be real.
yeah,
You know, it's cursed, and the reason why it's cursed because we know the grassroots about it. And when you join onto the Lord and you decide to turn your back on the Lord, this is what He will do to you. It's sad because when, like I said, I come from an older generation. I remember my grandparents used to always listen to the radio, what was going on in that country, and it was always something going on. Always, like, and it never changed. It never got any better. So you have the U.S. You know, even though you look at that and you feel a certain way, and they'll make it seem like these are the worst people on the planet Earth. But like the brother stated, how did they get their guns over there? How are certain things that they can't afford to do? They can't afford to live. They can't afford to eat. They can't afford these things, but they can afford rifles and so forth. And this leads Esau to come as a big bad superhero to come down there and save the people. And no people don't. They're not having it. They don't want that shit. All right. So it's a breaking point that's going on down there. And you said that a lot of Levites are getting kicked out of Dominican Republic. Well, that thing been going on for years, bro. I remember back in the 90s when Haitians was coming on the boats. At the same time, the Cubans were coming. They would just send the Haitians right back. All right. They have Esau has like a great disdain when it comes to those Haitians down there, bro. They really hate them with a passion. And no matter what generation, you always see the same pattern. They could bring a whole bunch of other different different nations. But when they find out they're Haitian, they're like, nope, send their ass back down there. But you send them back down there for what? To suffer. You know? So there's the proverbial curse, all right? They're infested with demons. And then you got on top of it all, you got Esau that's pushing that shit even harder on the people to get fucked up. So it's like they just don't get a break. You know, the only break that, and to be real, the only break that ever happened was us brothers that you see in all around the world, especially here, pushing this word. The Lord have mercy on our families, because my family would tell me like, "Yo, I'm happy y'all wasn't born in down there, you know, or live down there and so forth, because they're always catching it, bro. This is like a never ending curse, man. There's only one solution. That shit gotta get erased, man.
Brother, I will a war, shalom to you. I left the precept. I'm gonna read. First, it says Luke 1:68. Blessed be the Lord, power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. Verse 71, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. Anybody want to jump on that?
Yeah, bro, we have Yahweh Shai, and like I made that statement, it's true. The Lord preserved some of us to get from that area and to do what we could do. You know, I'm a first generation. I was born here. And to hear all these things is going on in my mother's country is like mind-boggling. And the Lord could have easily had me or brothers stay there at this moment. So the Lord is going to deliver us from the hands of our enemies, and our enemies mainly is Esau. All right, because Esau has a lot to do with what's going on down there. He's making those people's lives miserable. They love the misery that they catch him. Like, hey, brothers hit on point, man. How the hell they getting those guns, man? How is that possible? You know, why is the gas pricing going so goddamn high when people can't even afford that, man? All right, I've been to Port-au-Prince, and Port-au-Prince, it looks messed up, man. Like, how is this possible when they have all these natural resources? Because we under the hands of our enemies, man. And we need Yahweh Shai. We all need Yahweh Shai to deliver us out of here, man.
Con.
We not no Haitians, bro. We Levites, bro. At the end of the day, man. That's the Haitians that's going through that right there. All right? And we always got to remember that, man. The Lord made a difference between his people and his people. All right? They Haitians, they going through that right now. Sad to see, but let's look at the bigger picture. We know the history. We know what they did. And that's what the Lord is doing. The Lord is getting back at them, man. All right?
Let me get a little bit of this second video. I'm gonna play
pay
right
a
now.
bribe to the police, and he says, we don't get paid from the government, so you understand, we have to get paid.
That's gambling. That's where they make the money.
Right.
They love gambling.
I lived in America I lived in America in 1994. I got sent back, deported, whatever.
Deported?
Yeah.
What was that for? So you never know, wherever shooting might just happen on any day.
She would be selling a good by the wood. They would be shooting, and then the bullets will fall all upon her belongings. Those would be grenades.
So the police threw grenades into this building.
Oh yes.
What still make him correct this our affair? Utande?
Merci.
Those people in the ghetto, they can't afford those guns. They can't even afford to eat. And how would they be able to buy those guns and ammunition?
Well, you're saying the guns are being handed to them by
the politicians.
And electricity? Is it the locals who have put cables into the main line, or how does it work?
Yeah, that's what they do.
Right.
I mean, if you look at this.
Okay. So it's for free.
It is for free. This is how they collect those gas.
They're going to fill up those massive tanks?
Yeah.
Wow.
The gas stations are selling the gas in the black market.
At the ports, gang had control of the importation of fuel.
He placed a GPS in one of those garbage piles. He actually find the GPS on another garbage pile.
They take the garbage away, but then they'll put it in another suburb.
Exactly. The level of corruption.
Every single stage.
Every single stage is the level of corruption is there.
And so at the very end, there's nothing left.
No.
What needs to happen in Haiti for this to be turned around in a positive way?
All I could say, I'll leave it in God's hand, but
that seems to be many people's answer. So do you think that many people think that it's got to a point of no return? Haiti, the poorest country in all of the Americas, a country that has faced constant struggle from earthquakes,
7.3 magnitude earthquake, 220,000 people killed,
to gang wars.
Gang war rages on in the capital city of Port-au-Prince. Kidnappings and killings getting even worse throughout the country.
Armed violence has reached unimaginable and intolerable levels.
Countless kidnappings.
The country's most powerful gangs is believed to be behind the kidnapping of 17 missionaries.
This has become daily life. Tires burning on city streets, protesters furious at the government's inability to confront kidnappers.
Corruption.
Democracy, coup d'etat, moi pas besoin. Democracy, kidnapping, non pas besoin.
And untold poverty.
These are amongst the poorest people in the world,
with an average salary of less than $3.50 a day. The situation has become so desperate that there is currently a mass exodus from the country.
200 migrants stopped at sea.
Deep in the jungle in Panama, parents clinging to their children, bracing for the hundreds of miles ahead.
More than a dozen Haitian migrants are dead after the boat they were on capsized.
Millions of people fleeing, risking their lives for the chance of a better one. So what is this notoriously dangerous country like on the ground? Well, I guess we'll just have to jump on a plane if we want the answer to that one.
Gunshots and terror echoing in the streets of Haiti.
What is this place?
This is actually a war zone.
Guys with guns.
All right. So any comments on that?
If I may, Papa.
Yep.
Like the bar mentioned about the curses, and I'd like to bring a scripture on Deuteronomy 28:15. And he says, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandment and his statute which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." And like the brother said, man, it's all about the curses. You know, the Lord have mercy on us, man, to be able to escape these type of curses that's happening right now in the land of Haiti. If any of us were still there, we probably would never make it back, you know. But it's all about the curses, man. That's why people are under the curses, and it is the Lord that's passing judgment on the Levi and Haiti right now. Yes, Esau is involved in it, but guess what? The Lord used Esau as a whooping stick to punish his people for their wicked way. You know, it's all the curses. You know, as the Lord said, my Assyrian, the word of my anger. If I'm paraphrasing correctly, my Assyrian, the word of my anger. The Lord will use other nation, man. Whatever Israel will go out of line, because one thing I know is for sure throughout history, when you read the scripture about the nation of Israel, whenever they will go out of line, what would the Lord do? The Lord would throw other nation out there to destroy them, to correct them, to punish them. And right now, the Lord using Esau as a weapon to punish us right now, and that's why Jake right now they're constantly suffering because they will not let go of their evil doing. They will continue to be this way until they call upon the name of the Lord. That's why right now the Lord is only selecting a few remnant of those wicked Israelite man to come back into the fold, man. And as for those other wicked Israelite man, they're gonna continue to be disrespected, man, until the Lord come back. It's all about the curse, man. You know, it's sad to say, and I hate to see my people tell me, man. I feel hurt when I see my people in this condition. You know, I feel really hurt when I see them going through it, man. But I also have to remember it is the Lord's judgment. That's why they are in that condition that they are now. It is the Lord's judgment, man. If they don't repent, the Lord will continue to put them into that situation. You know, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, and like the article was going into, the shipwrecks, and people trying to migrate as fast as they can off of that island, getting deported right back. The assassination of the president, I believe his name was Jovenel Moise.
Yep, you got the name right. Yep.
They found Colombian mercenaries. Were the people in that same video? They talk about that. It was Colombian mercenaries. Who sent them? You know, and you guys best, you know, in the best opinion, how did the Colombian mercenaries come, and why did they come and assassinate the president, Moise? Go for it, Zakar.
All right. Well, I'm gonna speak in code because of the fact of the thing I'm about to say. So the real reason why they did that for, because he wasn't he didn't want to get down with that particular group of men that's telling the world what to do right now. And then it was time to give that, you know, that juicy juice. He didn't want to give those people the juicy juice. So what did they do? They assassinated him. Because remember, all these countries, no matter president, prime minister, whatever, they all work for the same individuals. He didn't want to get down with the program, so he was made a public example. Right? That's what it was. So the Lord allowed that thing to happen so it could go down even further. And it all goes back to that particular group, IMF, that wanted to put those people with that thing. Because remember, in a way, they don't trust anything about Esau. And I saw that documentary too. I saw that, and everything. It's sad, bro. The guy that got deported, he was from Brooklyn. He got deported for some weird shit, and then he lives worse than ever. All right. So they did that because they wanted to turn that country upside down. Remember, this is all about vengeance. Esau with that pure vengeance what those people did to them. They hate them with a perfect hatred, man. They hate Judah and Levi. They hate them with I don't know. There's something about these two particular tribes that hate them with a fucking passion. I mean, and brothers, we all could contest to that, and we all know. It's like damn, you can't get worse than these two particular people. And now they always hate the other tribes, but them, they just hate them with a passion because of the history. So that's why it went down, because they didn't want to take that juicy juice. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, another reason too I heard was he was supposed to tell, I believe it was the NSA or CIA, something like that. He was supposed to let him know about all the pedo agenda, that was going on out there. Because what happens is a lot of those Edomites, a lot of those foreign corporations and so-called nonprofit organizations, they go out there in Haiti and they kidnap a lot of the children, to send them to Epstein Island and so on and so forth, man, to get the androchrome. So I heard he was supposed to expose all of that, so they took him out because of it. And like brother said, he didn't want to. They had interviewed him actually. I think it was a CNN reporter. They went out there, interviewed him.
Yep.
They was asking him about the juicy juice. He said, "Nah, we ain't taking that. Us Haitians, we basically our medicine is the herbs. We're into herbs, and we don't got none of that C19. We don't have it over here, and the herbs is what pretty much is going to keep us healthy." And one point I want to touch on as well is the brother mentioned how Esau hates Levi and Judah a lot, and one of the main reasons why Esau's putting his foot up Levi's ass is because they can't get over the fact that some niggas, some slaves, took down the three greatest empires at that time: the French, the British, and the Spaniards. They could never get over that, so that's why they constantly gotta put upon Levi, man. They constantly oppress us because they can't let that go, because that was a stain on their history.
Hey, very quickly, can y'all see the screen?
Yeah.
When speaking to my boy before getting my notes together on this show, he told me about how Haiti helped 3 South American countries.
Yeah.
And it ended up being true. Haiti supported Latin American independence movements. You go down to, did Haiti help South America? Haiti aided Latin America independence movements. Latinx are returning to the favor with silence and broken promises. In 1815, Spain's defeat of Simon Bolivar's revolution army in Venezuela nearly extinguished the dream of independence in South America. This article says, how did Haiti help South America independence? At that time, Haiti was a safe harbor for revolutionaries and formerly enslaved Africans. Although the Republic made promises to colonial powers that it would not intervene in freedom and independence struggles, Haiti continued to support rebellions, intercept ships carrying enslaved people, and freed its human cargo. This article says, why was the Haitian Revolution important to Latin America? The American, French, and Haitian revolutions brought forth new expressions of individual rights and freedoms that began to influence similar actions in the colonies of Latin America. The origins of Latin American independence movements of the early 1800s might be traced to changes in the imperial administration. In the last part, which countries did Haiti help? Haiti financially and morally supported revolutionaries such as Simon Bolivar, the leader who led Venezuela, Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Panama to independence from Spain. Interestingly enough, Venezuela's flag was created and first flown in Jacmel, Haiti in 1806. And from what I believe, the part of the Haitian flag is also in some of these. It's intermixed in some of these other countries' flags.
Yep.
Right? Is that what we're looking at right now?
Yeah,
Some
that's
of the
too.
Right.
That's why they got.
So come to find out, a lot of this frustration that Esau has specifically that they taking out on Levi, or AKA so-called Haitians, is because Haiti was, not only did they set up create an independent situation for themselves, they pushed independence throughout all the colonies, and it started to spread. And Haiti was big on making sure that other northern tribes in particular was freed up, liberated, so forth and so on. So that hatred for these people run deeper than we could ever imagine. Esau literally probably gets no sleep unless Haiti looks the way it does now. And the brother has shared, we can go deep. Somebody said, well, go deep. We can go deep. There's only a limitation to how deep you can go on YouTube, which we ain't gonna play any of this, but you see it where it is. you know, you see where it is, brother. You can put the link inside the chat group as well. I mean, and so you can go and do your actual history on that. We're not going to speak too much on that, but brothers brought up trafficking, and you can't mention Haiti now without mentioning trafficking. Just to make a one statement, some of these not-for-profits that have been granted jurisdiction inside Haiti, this is what my boy brought out to me. One of the most notorious not-for-profits that have been caught in child trafficking, which they say it's adoption. That's how they get over on people. The who sits on the board, none other than Hillary. She sits on the board of the not-for-profit that was caught. So they try to keep their hands clean, but their hands always end up dirty anyway.
Yep.
Any brother want to add something to that?
If I could say, back in after the earthquake back in 2010, I think they might have mentioned it in that documentary where it was supposed to be 9 people that was supposed to testify against Hillary and the Clintons about the pedophilia agenda and all the corruption that they bring in Haiti, and all of them ended up dying. You know, suicide, so called. You know, and they were foreigners. You know, Edomites, missionaries that went to Haiti to so called help. You know, doctors and so on and so forth. And they was gonna come out and testify against them, and they all end up dying. You know, suicide, so called, drowning, hanging. You know, one of them was found with a knife in his chest up here in New York. You know, so they took them out because they didn't want that exposure. Anybody that come out, anytime somebody come out and is about to expose the Clintons, something ends up happening to them, man, which shows you those people are corrupted.
Yeah. Any brother got anything else to add to this?
Yeah, too. I remember like the boss said, the trafficking. They were there. I remember they caught quote me if I'm wrong, I think it was like 3 or 4 Edomite who supposedly came to help help the so-called Levite. They were in a mission, you know, a mission, what the church called missionary, to come and help the Levite. But what they were doing was kidnapping children, you know, and they caught them. But when they caught them, they just brought them back to the U.S. I didn't hear any mention about them being put on trial, you know, being sent to prison, spending time. I ain't anything about that, you know. We go to show you, man, that Esau is simply after, man, to destroy the whole tribe of the nation of Israel, you know. And like the brother said, man, they have a mainly perfect hatred for the Levite because of the huge embarrassment, the humiliation that they suffer at the hand of the Levite during the Revolutionary War. You know, and they still hold that hatred for us, man, because Levi did not only inspired those other slaves in Latin America to rebel against the master. We revolt here in the United States, you know, that were expired by the Levite, you know, to rise up against the master. And that's danger, you know. That's spelled danger for Esau. That's why Esau have that hatred for us, man, because the Levite shocking the whole world, you know, by winning this war, by crushing 3 powerful empires. And now people are looking at the victory of the Levite as an inspiration for them to triumph over them, you know. So now I see, because I always ask myself, why are they always looking down in Levi? Why do they always look down Levi? When I come to the United States, people always look down the Haitian, even on people, the Judite tribes. They always used to look down on us, you know. And like, I'll come in there, they'll call us body odor, you know, all type of name in the book, man. They like the whole tribe, including Esau, will look down on the Levite. I didn't understand why until I finally got to the truth, and I say exactly why. When I finally understand it, now I know why. You know, now I know why, man. It was because the Levite was the first of the whole tribe do something that no one would have thought that it would be impossible to do.
That's right.
You know?
Hey, you know, when you think about how severe that time must have been, man, you know, I mean, to actually desire your freedom, you know, and be the first to do it, that's a big lot, bro. and that's a big position, man. As you mentioned, Makaala, that made me think of one of my other questions, which was, what are some of the stereotypes of Haitians that aren't true?
They say that we stink, we smell. You know, they'll cause Haitian body odor, HBO. That's the name to give us, you know, because I used to go to High Park, they will call it Haitian High. You know, when throughout my middle school year, and throughout my high school year, they'll call me all type of name in the book like HBO, you know, you got bad breath, you smell, which none of it is true. They only send it to belittle us, you know. And then of course you got Esau that will encourage the other tribe to further look down upon us too. This is a hatred, man. That's what they call divide and conquer. You know, yeah. Esau using other tribe to beat down other tribes, man.
That's it.
You know.
Hey, before, remember we talked about it. I told you. That's exactly what's happening, yo. Back in the days in Brooklyn, being a Haitian was the worst thing possible, bro. Mm-hmm. Everybody hated Haitians with a passion for no reason. You're like, what the hell did I do? You know? Nobody wanted to be a friend. They talk about the smell thing. Everybody hated Judah Benjamin. All of them hated Levi with a fucking passion, bro. All right. In a way, and the only time it was okay to be a Levi or a Haitian was like late 90s. Other than that, out here in New York City, nah, that was unacceptable, bro. You gotta keep that in a hush. All right. It was a beautiful thing to be a Haitian. And like the brother said, it was all about divide and conquer, and everybody took those stereotypes. Going back to, I forgot the guy's name, the little boy's name. The brothers from Miami might know. It was a little boy from Cuba that came, and then simultaneously a whole bunch of Haitians came. This is like in the 90s. And the news made a big deal about this Cuban kid that came from Cuba. All right. But when it came to the Haitians, a boat full of Haitians, they just send their ass right back. Okay. So the stereotype is beyond the minds that people can understand. So you know about Judah here, horrible Judah had it. Well, guess what? It's the same thing with the Haitians. They hated them with a passion. No love, no nothing. Until people find out you're Haitian, you don't tell them you're Haitian. You just talk to them regular, and then they would ask you like, "Where you from?" Like, I'm Haitian. They're like, "Oh, wow, yo, damn, you mad cool? I didn't expect this and that." Because you have to hide your identity, bro. That's why in Brooklyn, New York, you have to hide your fucking identity. All right. And the generations before me that came in the 60s and 70s, they had to gang up together to protect one another. Right? That's another part of the history out here in New York City. Right? They had to gang up with each other, make sure they had each other's back, because everybody hated them. All right. So it goes deep, bro. That's how I know, like, knowing the scriptures and finding out, like, they explain everything, bro. Because we joined onto the Lord and we went against the Lord just got everything hating us. And that's a true fact. All right.
Hey, real quick too, just like you said, doing real quick, Akim, just like you said, Deuteronomy 28 and 54 verse, he says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, he's actually be evil toward his brother. You know, and that's exactly what's happening right now. You know, the man who was known to be tender and delicate amongst you, they become evil towards you. You know, like you said, you have to have your identity. The moment they found out you're a Haitian, they give you a different look. They'll be a best friend for like throughout high school. But they didn't find out you come from Haiti. They're like, oh, you came from a boat? Yeah. That's how it is, man.
Yeah. And that's exactly where they want to keep Jake. You know. Akim in Miami, you had something to say?
Yeah, Con. I was just going further, you know, just expound on the fact that what the elders and the brothers are saying is true all the way even down here to the bottom of the United States map. Okay. I know growing up, you know, I was born in the 90s, so growing up, you know, it was you was a Haitian, man. It was ill will. Everybody was on you, man. All right, and especially if you were one, you know, a Levite that came, you know, from Haiti, you know, I saw Haitians get beat up, man, just from being a Haitian, just for speaking the Creole tongue, having to go to Esau classes, which it's funny they call it Esau classes, but it was a class for Haitian speaking children to learn how to speak English, man. All right, and they would get beat up, man. Okay, I just wanted to say one of the stereotypes that is placed on us Levites that's not true, which I know this shit used to piss me off a lot when I was young, that we eat cats. We don't eat fucking cats, man. All right. I don't know where that shit came from, why it was said, but that's not true, man.
I would say a stereotype about Haitians that's not true. I would say, of course, we do understand that, voodoo played a very big role in Haitian history, but oftentimes there's like a misconception that all Haitians, are into that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where if you really understand Haitian culture, even amongst Haitians, they know that voodoo is witchcraft. Like a lot of them do not fuck with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they know that's witchcraft. You'll grow up in a household. They don't even let you watch certain scary movies or shows or, shows that deal with, mysticism or spiritual power because they relate that to witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that's another stereotype about Haitians that's not true. And also, a lot of people have the misconception that Haitians, they stay to themselves and they don't want to fuck with nobody. It's more so like that's not really true. Like it's more so like a reaction to how other people treat them. So if you treat them well and you show them that you fuck with them, they're gonna fuck with you. But if you show them that you have any type of hatred or animosity towards them, they're gonna still clear from you. So I would say that.
Hey, you know what? Speaking as a Judite, bro, a story I got as far as Haitian, so-called Haitian people. I got to live with a brother at one point in time because I ain't had nowhere to go. I was my living situation was discontinued, for lack of better words. And I remember, living with the brother for a minute. His mom lived there, his sister lived there, his aunt lived there, his brother lived there. A small apartment in Brooklyn, New York, Haitian family. And I got to see the culture firsthand. And I remember at one point coming into his crib and he wasn't there. And I asked him, is it all right for me to go there? He said, go ahead. Because that's where I stayed at the moment. So I knocked on the door, his sister opened up. And man, I felt like embarrassed, bro, because I was like, I'm asking to come into their house. Like they gotta be looking down on me. And I told his sister, I said, your brother said I can come inside. She said, yeah. She said, listen, a friend of his is a friend of ours. And that's what she told me, bro. Like for me, I never heard nobody speak like that who wasn't family. In the Judite family, and I was raised by Benjamin for real. They were second generation, but I never heard nobody speak like that. You couldn't come to my house and my family tell you that. But that's something that I had to experience through Levi. They said a friend of his is a friend of ours. So when they embrace you, when one embrace you, they all embrace you. So whatever little stupid little falsehoods that Esau uses on us to keep us hating on each other and hating on just because we got a different culture, and we all the same people. When we look in the mirror, we could see we the same people, same phenotype and everything. The Lord didn't even change up the phenotype. We still look visibly the same. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And then we could still find ways to be ignorant towards each other and whatnot. That's exactly what Esau planned to do. This is exactly what he wanted to do the whole time, which was to keep order by creating the division. Or Haitians stink, or the Judites is dumb and slow and they don't like to work. And Benjamin, man, they just they adulterous and they got so many jobs and whatever, can't speak English. All of this, bro, when you get past all of that, you find out the soul behind the man is all that matters. And a man that's got his mind right, meaning he's his spirit is towards the Lord, shouldn't nothing separate you from that man. All right. So hey, we in that time. This is why this is such an ill time to be alive. It's the greatest time to be alive for real. And it's even the best time to be an Israelite. And it's even more importantly, it's the greatest time to be an Israelite that knows the truth in the Father and the Son's name and be able to call upon that. The last few I was going to ask y'all brothers, just to go back into this whole thing with not to spend too much time on it, but to go back because we was getting somewhere with the Clintons, man. They also have a situation in Haiti where these people basically jacked up the trade of the rice trade. Y'all brothers familiar with this?
Mm-hmm.
So, the article here, Bill Clinton's trade policies destroyed Haitian rice farming. This is another way that they chose to attack Haiti. Just when they always claiming Haiti is, poorest place in the world, they still decided to jack up the trade. In 2010, former President Bill Clinton, a lot of people don't know this, publicly apologized for forcing Haiti to drop tariffs on the imported subsidized U.S. rice. You go into the articles down here. What kind of rice does Haiti grow? Haiti grows long grain rice, producing 2 crops a year, spring crop, harvest crop. It says with the fall crop accounting for 60-70% of total production. That's 75,000 megatons. With imports increasing to 495,000. So because of this demon, right? They're not even allowed to produce and trade their own rice or export their own rice. Instead, they gotta import their own rice when it's a land that's populated by crops, and they're more than capable of producing rice for their own country and countries abroad. That's how deceivious and devilish this man is. The brother brought out this scripture. I'm gonna read it. Sirach 12:16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to overthrow thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. It continues. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Any brothers want to jump on that one?
Yeah, that reminds me of Haiti when the earthquake happened. As soon as the earthquake happened, the U.S. and the aides, the foreign aides, they was already waiting with so-called help. That last scripture the brother read, it said, "If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first." So as soon as we seen that, a lot of Levites already knew that America had something to do with the earthquake, because ain't no way you was already prepped up with goods and supplies if you wasn't the one behind it. As soon as the earthquake happened, like we're talking within a couple of hours, they was already waiting with different aids. So it says, I'm gonna read it from the screen. It says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. So even though they was pretending to help us, by giving us all this aid, they was really undermining us. They was, like I said, using our children, for pedophilia purposes, stealing their money. Haiti was given, I believe it was $500 million in aid to the Red Cross, and they only built 6 houses. The rest of the money went to the Clintons, man. So they set up all these different foundations and charity groups for you to send your money to, but they didn't even give it to the people, man. They said out of all that money, all the donations they received from the earthquake, only 10% went to the Haitian government, not even the Haitian people, the Haitian government. And what do you think they're doing with that money? They pocketing it because they're all corrupted.
That's right. Any brothers had anything else? I'm going to pull out the article that you sent me, Zaquan Lawyer. Got it here. I'm pulling it up for a second. Hold on. Somebody speak for a second.
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead.
If you don't mind. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse. I'm gonna start at 7, it says, "For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the Lord at his mouth, for he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts." Yeah, so the priest's job, the Levite's job back then, was to administer the law to the rest of Israel. That's why earlier we mentioned how in the law, you're supposed to have a priest amongst your land so that you could go and do your sacrifices and inquire of him, about the laws. And it says, and it's spiritual too, that the word lawyer comes from the word lawyer, which, lawyer is the Hebrew word for Levi, which is Joineduntome. And it says, verse 8, it says, "But ye are departed out of the way. Ye have caused many to stumble at the law. Ye have corrupted the covenant of Levi, saith the Lord of hosts." So, whenever Israel got to a certain point where it was all good, they started forsaking the Heavenly Father. And that was the same thing with the priests. Instead of administering, to the Most High, they started administering to these other gods. And like we said earlier, how we know Levi is the priest is because of the instruments of cruelty. They know how to use the left hand to get their way and use spiritual power on the left hand. But Levi back then had spiritual power as well, in the form of the Umim and the Thummim. They had certain powers, amongst them, man. But then this time around, it's been corrupted. It's been flipped upside down. So it says, verse 9, "Therefore have I also made you contemptible and base before all the people." So that's why Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, because as the priest, the Heavenly Father, regards us at a high esteem. We're supposed to know better, man. We're the ones that's supposed to administer the laws to Israel. So when Israel starts going off, then some must be wrong with the priest. So the Lord, he made an example out of us, even though we're the only so-called successful Black Republic, Black rebellion. We still the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, and that's how that's the tribe of Levi. So it says, "Therefore have I made you contemptible and base before all the people, according as ye have not kept my ways, but have been partial in my law." So this is the reward of us breaking the Heavenly Father's laws, statutes, and commandments. But the Heavenly Father is uplifting us up from the curses by giving us this word. And that's why you see, brothers from, different tribes, the tribe of Levi, Judah, Benjamin, Issachar, all the different tribes coming in together as in unison, to give this word out to the rest of the elect so that we could get up out of here, man. That's it on that.
Akim in Miami, you wanted to speak about this? You're muted. Go ahead.
Yeah, the reason why I sent that that link is because earlier we was talking about the IMF, and which we know the International Monetary Fund. That's who deals with handing out loans. They regulate and watch pockets. That's basically what they do. They watch countries' pockets and and do things like that. Now I wanted to go down to the country data because it shows how much inflation is over there in Haiti. Okay, so that's why the common people in Haiti are so poor, man. All right, the prices are skyrocketing with all those tariffs and all the shuttings and stoppages and blockades that's going on. Okay, it's causing the average citizens not to be able to gain a livelihood, so to say, man. All right, and the prices are just continuing to just rise and rise on them, man. All right, and it's crazy, but yet, like we were going into, that's part of the curses, okay, and it's all because the Haitians, all right, the disobedience to the Lord, man. The Lord found a way to really jack them up, man. All right, and they hurting right now, man.
God, if I did want to bring out a precept, because of course, it is part of the curses, our people did sin against the Lord, even back in the land of Israel, when Levi was in the temple, in a lot of the secret chambers of the temple, they was worshiping idols and doing witchcraft back then, but also, Esau, like brothers been going into, Esau has a major role to play as well, man. All right, this is Zechariah chapter 1 verse 14, it says, "So the angel that communed with me said unto me, Cry thou, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction," man. Okay, so of course, we talk about how our people are wicked. All the tribes, man, they into witchcraft, they into idolatry. And I'm saying, and you can name it. We've broken the law, statutes, commandments. But Esau and these other heathens, man, they go the extra mile to keep our people down, man. All right, and since we're on the topic of Haiti, brother's been going into the fact that Haiti, they were the first revolutionary black republic and things like that. And of course that was a so-called stain on Esau's honor. So Esau, what he's doing with Haiti right now is he's making an example out of them. Okay, like if any of you other niggas out there try to fight up against me, I'm gonna make what's happening in Haiti happen to you. So hey, that all ties into it, man. It just goes to show you, that hatred that Esau has for us as a people, man. That he's the fucking devil, man. Okay.
Your pa, last questions I had here. Any chip news coming out of Haiti right now? MOTB news coming out of Haiti right now? Any?
Well, I don't know about currently, but I remember, I believe it was last year or in 2020, they had came out with a form of digital Haitian currency down there, a form of digital dollar, So I'm guessing now, things are in the works, things are in motion, because throughout the world, you got all these different nations taking steps moving towards digital currencies. Nigeria, I believe just they put a limit on their ATMs because the government now is rolling out CBDCs. I believe France, they're rolling it out. All these different countries is rolling out CBDCs, and Haiti had announced that they was going to do it. Like I said, either it was 2021 or 2020. They said that they were going to do it. So, I'm guessing soon they're going to have some, go down to where all these different countries, they're going to have to implement, that MOTB. That's the purpose of this digital currencies and these CBDCs, man.
Can I bring this precept? Yeah. This is on Revelation 13 and 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Since you mentioned, how they're building a Haitian currency, digital currency down there. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter, because even though Haiti is the most poorest country in the world, East is gonna try to get the whole entire world chip. The MOTB, I should say. East is gonna try to get the whole entire world to get that MOTB, man.
Yep.
Because it's not just gonna be in America, that MOTB is gonna mainly focus on, but it's gonna be throughout the whole entire world.
Yep.
And that's why it says this, and he causes all, both small and great. So everybody's gonna be included in there. The Bible said it is coming. We're reaching to that breaking point where Esau is gonna purposely cause, the crashing of the paper dollar to bring about that MOTB, that new digital currency.
Yep,
it's coming.
I'll get this one. Revelations 2 and 10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer." So that means everybody, everywhere is going to suffer. All right. And what we're seeing right now is, like the brother saying, an example of what they're doing to a particular people. When they got rid of the president, because he wasn't the only one. There was a couple other top leaders that wasn't part of this whole IMF joint, and they made public examples of them, right? Because Esau likes to do things publicly. So what we're seeing, your heart turns for the Haitian people, but you have to understand that's all that stuff they're going through is going to happen all over the world, which is happening all over the world, all right, especially here in America. Okay, you don't feel sorry for them. Feel sorry for yourself, because all souls are going to be tempted. And real quick, it says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you in prison, that may be tried. So, hey, they're gonna be tried. We're gonna be tried. They're gonna be tried. They're gonna go to the different gods that they've been worshiping, and to try to get them out of that predicament. But they're gonna fail. Everybody's gonna be tried. Tried meaning a trial, a test. So everybody's gonna be tested. What you've been standing upon, right? When one place in the world is suffering, and everybody's sitting there like fat rats over here, thinking like nothing's gonna happen. No, it's gonna happen here. All right, it's gonna happen everywhere. It says, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Which that crown of life is talking about the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, but everybody's going to be tried. Everybody's going to be suffering, the greatest suffering that you could possibly think. All right, because this is the time. We're in a breaking point right now. There it is in the States right here. They're trying to break the will of the people without people even knowing that they're breaking their will. So how much more the places that their wills are broken? And those people, one thing you have to give it up to them. They do not take no easily. They don't. They want to go the hard way. All right. And that's one thing I noticed with our people. We have a zeal that's like that hot fire. Like we will not. You gotta kill us, bro. You got to do a whole bunch of stuff for us to fall. And that's what's happening. The world's being tried right now. People are going to be tried, and they're being tried right now in Haiti. Another thing we didn't talk about in Haiti, they wasn't getting power like that. All right, they was getting power once in the blue. Like you have power for today's Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You probably had no power. So that was another factor. They are accustomed of suffering. But and like the scripture says, the Lord said, that bruises. Matter of fact, I have it too. The spirit. But Jeremiah 30 and 11, it says, "But I am with thee, saith the Lord, to save thee. For I will make a full end of the nation that I scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but will correct thee in measure." What is that measure? Your punishment. So all of us is going to suffer. All of us are going to be punished for what we have done. It says, "And I will not leave thee I will not leave thee altogether unpunished." So, Haiti is a stain to the West, a black eye to this part of the world. All right, all the other tribes may look at it and say, "Look, that's the worst of the worst." But guess what? Y'all all gonna get it because we all fell short. It's just that the Lord is making a public example of them, and all of us is gonna suffer the same suffering. It says, "For thus saith the Lord, thy bruises is uncurable." All right. Their mindset is, you can't get them out of that mindset, man. It's uncurable. It says, "And thy wound is grievous. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up," meaning being healed. It says, "Thou has no healing medicine. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not, but I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy." So we can't give all credence and the glory to Esau. It's really the Lord is Yahweh Shimei Shai is fucking 80 over. That's the end of it all, bro. The Lord is using this man to just mess that place up even more, because they're refusing to repent. All right, they're refusing to repent. They're refusing to be sorry for what they have done. So they're always going to be in this quagmire. Okay, that's what's happening. It says with that chastisement with a cruel one, for the multitude of thy iniquity, because thy sins were increased. And then we already established the voodoo, the wickedness is done down there, man. And the levee is gonna break, man. The Lord, the only solution to that place is probably a nuke or two or three, a whole bunch, because they have really taken it to a whole nother level, bro. All right, go ahead.
Hey, that brings me to the last question I have is, what is the future of Haiti looking like? You can start with you if you want.
It's gone, bro. A desert. That place has too much blood in his hand, bro. Too much wickedness. And it's like something like if you've been abused your whole entire life, or you've been if there's a scar, you know, it's a beautiful place. I visited, and you could feel the passion. You know, the people have love for that place, but in reality, all Haiti, America, all these islands, they gotta go, bro. This is a scar to all of us, man. We all have PTSD. Here it is, majority of our people live in paradise, all right, compared to the people that's here in Babylon, and yet you catch nothing but hell. So the only solution to all these places that really screwed our people as a whole is nuclear destruction, man. All right, that's the only. It's never gonna get better. It's never. It's just nuke, bro. It needs to be wiped out, straight up, bro. I'm being real. It needs to be wiped out. Everything needs a refresh, a restart. You know? Yeah, I could go ahead.
The greatest reset right there is that nuclear fire. That's what's prophesied in the Bible, especially concerning Mystery Babylon. America is going to be consumed with fire. Yeah. What's the future of Haiti looking like? Let's get GMS Miami's intake on that. Future of Haiti. I'm gonna mute you right now. Go ahead.
Hey, like the brother said, man, the future of Haiti. I mean, Haiti has no future, man. Really, this world period doesn't have any future. All right, whether you want to talk about Haiti, you want to talk about Dominican Republic, you know, Mexico, none of this has any future, man. What has a future is New Jerusalem, okay?
Yeah.
And that's why it's imperative for our people to repent and return to the Lord, man. Okay, or else we just gonna, you know, remain in this condition. And it's a beautiful thing, man, because we can go down the line where you want to talk about Judah, Benjamin, Levi, you want to talk about any one of the other tribes and the hell they catching. Hey, it's a beautiful thing that the Lord spared us a remnant, you know, out of all the tribes, man. Or else we would have been like Sodom and made it like unto Gomorrah. There would be no hope. There will be no future. So the Wadi Bashim Yahushai for predestinating a remnant of our people of all 12 tribes to be saved, man, and to, you know, establish the new kingdom, that new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Just right.
You know,
I concur.
Khan, you got
I agree totally.
Khan.
Future Haiti, what's it looking like? You know, brothers brought it out. Basically, the whole place needs a purge.
Yep.
You know, it's all corrupted. Y'all, what's up?
Yeah, it's the same thing, man. Same thing. And before the nuclear destruction, and the scripture does tell you that, you know, America's going to be destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah. And Sodom and Gomorrah, it wasn't just Sodom and Gomorrah that got destroyed. It was cities around them too. I believe it was 5 cities that got destroyed. So it makes sense that, you know, when America gets destroyed, that the islands get wiped out as well. But before that, you know, the Heavenly Father is going to bring the same plagues that he's going to bring to America over there in Haiti and Jamaica and all these different islands where Jake dwells at, because Jacob's trouble is not going to be secluded to Jake here in America. Jake on the island is going to be catching hell as well, you know. And if Haiti right now is in a state that it's in, and Haiti's been fucked up, you know, in a time of peace, how much more in the times of war, man, you know? And, you know, Esau, man, he's going to keep taking advantage of the island and all the rest of the islands too. Don't think just because you're in Jamaica that, you know, you're going to be exempt from judgment. Hey, man, in the times of World War III, Esau's going to go to them islands and take advantage of y'all too, steal y'all resources, put y'all in captivity so you could build different materials for the army, you know, and that's going to cause havoc over there on the islands. Famine is coming over there to Haiti, man, because right now they already have a food scarcity. You know, the average citizen lives on less than $1 a day. You know, well, how much more when the economy collapses, man? You know, all the economies of the world depend on America's stability. So if America's unstable, everywhere else is going to be unstable, man. And Haiti's no different, man. It's going to get worse and worse, man. You know, more diseases going to hit that place, more unnatural disasters from the Lord, more earthquakes, you know, and so on and so forth, man. And ultimately the thermonuclear destruction, like the brother said.
Last but not least, let's get Maka Allah. Your take on this, brother. Go for it. The question is again, what's the future of Haiti?
Like all the brothers I've been sharing, there is no future for Haiti, man. You know, like the brothers that Carl said, man, this place has to go. Like the Miami border, like you know, said, You know, like the other brothers said, man, like all the brothers in this group chat said, man, Haiti has to be destroyed because there's no saving Haiti now. There's no saving. You know, she's done. Of course, the only saving that's gonna be happening in Haiti is if one of the elect happen to be in the island of Haiti, which I believe, you know, because the Lord says he's going to deliver the remnant throughout the whole entire world to the four corners of the earth. You know, if I bring out real quick in Isaiah 11:11, and he says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. We shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the island of the sea. So yes, you know, the Lord is going to destroy Haiti, man. You know, when we see the way Haiti is in right now, it's because of the Heavenly Father's judgment. The Lord is doing that to Haiti, and not just Haiti, but the whole entire world is going to go through it, man. All the islands, like the brother said, all the islands that's circling around, that's nearby, Esau's going to go for it too. And then through the war, a lot of those islands are going to get wiped off the face of the map. But there's going to be a deliverance, man. You're going to have some elect that's going to be in one of them islands. You never know. They're going to be some elect that's going to be in Haiti, you know, or Jamaica or part of the world, because the Lord said, you know, for he's going to send he's going to be going throughout the four corners of the earth, man. So there's going to be a great deliverance that's going to be taking place throughout the world, not just only here in America, but throughout the world before the destruction happened. And like I said again, Haiti is done. You know, Haiti is done. You know, if there's a bird down there, you know, whom the Lord is preserving to be delivered, then the birds down there, you know, only to be preserved to be delivered when that time comes before ultimate demise. That's all there is to it, man. There's no hope for Haiti.
Hey, and just to touch on that, you know, brothers brought out the fact that there's a remnant, man. So, you know, if you know, turning back to the Lord is a very good idea, or a very good possibility that you are part of the Lord's elect, his remnant, right? His chosen people that's going to be fit for salvation. Isaiah 10:22, for though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. And you go into that word remnant, right? You're dealing with a it says here sha'ar, the residue, the rest, all right, the remainder, you know, those is left over. So it's not going to be the entire or the majority, it's going to be the remainder, the rest, those that's left over. A remnant, yet a remnant shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. And if you go into NLT, that part says the Lord has rightly decided to destroy his people. You know, but the remnant shall return. So, you know, ultimately the big idea is that we could say what we saying, brothers could say what they saying. That don't mean they hate themselves and they hate their own people. There's probably some haters out there. It's, you know, they don't understand the message entirely. They saying, yo, these people, you know, they talk about Haiti and then they say it's going to get destroyed. Well, you have to understand the scriptures, man. And that's furthermore, you got to understand what time we in. There's a season for everything. And guess what? This be the season for destruction. This be the season where America, the scriptures tell you the earth is going to rail to and fro like a junker, because it's going to be detonated with thermonuclear missiles very soon and attacked. And so it's a right time to, you know, wake up out of sleep. And that's exactly what the Lord has allowed us to do, man. You know, I want to say, all, you know, again, call Haloyim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakwadash, for allowing us to do this. You know, Lord, Abaratazai, everybody was edified, you know, because this is what we do it for. We do it for the body. Of course, this is more JMS podcast style. This is more, you know, conversation style. It's not your usual, but it was edifying at the end of the day. And it was a great conversation we had with brothers, man. Let's give all of our channels that brothers they could find us at, or the Aqua could find us at. Again, let's start with you, Miami, Akim, your channels.
My channel. Well, yeah, my channel is GMS Joineduntome. GMS is together and joint with the space, and Joineduntome is all together. I'll put it in the comment board for you, brothers.
And I'm gonna attach all of this to the the descriptions, and it's gonna be in the description anyway. All of the videos and the channels. But I just wanted y'all to hit them off one time. Go ahead, Shema.
So Salakia, because the audio is kind of choppy. Give me a moment. Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, just give me a channel name where they can find you. Channel name.
It's Shamar Ahmath.
Okay. Y'all, what's up?
GMS Survivors. GMS space Survivors.
Zakar
MS until the elect is sealed.
and Maka'ala.
GMS, the end of Esau.
All right, so yeah, this is all, you know, I'm GMS Classic Kings by. That's where you can find my other videos with, you know, precept upon precept. I brought desires all edifying. Yep, the brother put in the comment section. Yeah, check out those videos that brothers is doing, Akim is doing. You know, stay fiery, Akim, and to the comment section. Yeah, stay alert. These are the times we in, so we got to stay diligent. Use our use diligence to make it call an election sure. You know, the water for joining us, and till next time, shalom. DTA above the ball. Shalom.
Shalom.
Y'all hold tight.
Mhm.